What up, what up? It's Ace OG. Back on the top, back on the video. So the title of this video is going to be, not everyone is broke. So admin notes, thanks again to all subscribe to the channel. I endeavor to keep pushing the video out. You leverage, the better yourselves. So let's get into it. So not everyone is broke, all right? So actually as a caveat to this video, I know I posted in a previous video that I've been under the weather for like a week or so. I'm kind of getting over it right now. So thanks for all the prayers and everybody that tapped in and asked about me. My voice is still here, thank the Lord and whatever. So definitely gonna still try to keep push our content as much as possible. And this particular topic came across my mind today, and I'm like, I need to go ahead and get this out because like I said, my channel before was called Finance, Fitness, and Folk. So this is going to focus more on finance because I want young black men to understand that finance is going to be a big part of your success, but just men in general, right? But I dedicated this channel more towards black men in general, or young black men in general. But I kind of focus a little bit more on young black men because there is definitely a disparity when it comes to how young black men are treated and how they move in the space when it comes to being successful versus other ethnic groups. That's just a fact, right? So there's a song that Outkast did years ago. I want to say this album came out, was it 99? Might have been before that. Might have been, I don't want to get the actual, the time frame of the album, but I want to say it came out, it was one of their first album. I want to say it came out maybe, oh God, it was before 99 because that was their second album. I think this album might have been 94 or 95, something like that. But the song is called Get Up, Get Out. I think every single young man in America should hear that song at least once, if not more. It featured Goody Mob, which was another group that was pretty famous during that time. And I'm telling you, listen to that song from front to end, and it's going to explain to you exactly how young men move into space when it comes to them not necessarily wanting a particular job and not wanting to work for money or work for small money, right? Versus them actually growing up and actually getting up off their behind and actually doing what they need to do in order for them to be successful in life, right? One of the standout verses in that song is from CeeLo, from Goody Mob. He's the very first person that raps in that song. And I'm telling you, you listen to that thing from beginning to end, his particular verse, and I'm telling you, most young black Americans are going to relate to that particular verse. And that verse was done in the late 90s. It's 2024 as recording this video. And that song still relates to this day when it comes to young black men not being successful, being lazy, don't want to put the work in, and you're just letting your life pass by you, right? And you're not putting the work in. I've said plenty of times on this channel that, I gravitate more to the Republican Party than the Democratic Party. And one of the reasons why I say that is because immigration laws are very lenient when it comes to the Democratic Party. But here's the thing. A lot of the immigrants that come over here are taking jobs that you don't want to take, right? These are considered, I guess, peon jobs, right? Excuse me, y'all. I had to get some coffee to wet my palate. Pause. But immigrants coming over here, taking all these jobs that you think that are beneath you. They're working for what you consider pennies, right? They're coming over here with kids. They're trying to take care of, versus you having babies out of wedlock that you don't want to pay child support for. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I don't agree with the immigration laws when it comes to how the Democratic Party has created them. But at the end of the day, immigrants are winning because they understand that the opportunity in America is way better than what it is in their country. Versus you have all these young black men in America that don't give a damn about working hard. They just want to get money freely. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? You have to get out there. You have to put the work in. I made some videos recently where I said that Gen Zers are, they're kind of short when it comes to making money. I totally get that. But here's the thing when it comes to you actually securing a job that you feel like is not making you enough money, or I mean, more likely it may not be making you enough money to to sustain yourself, to stay in an apartment, to pay your car, and all these other things, right? The universe as a whole moves off of kinetic energy, meaning things need to move in order for the universe to react to it, right? So even though you may pick up a job that's you consider small and it is not paying a lot, I'm telling you, the universe is going to respond to that. And the response is going to be 9 times out of 10 positive, because what you're telling the universe is that I don't care how much I make on this job. I need to work. I need to make money, right? And what's going to happen is that you're going to attract a lot of positivity to you, and then you may be put in a position to where you're going to be able to be offered a better job with better pay. You may be able to move up in that particular job to a particular level to get more pay. You know, you have to start somewhere. And I think a lot of black men out here, a lot of young black men feel entitled. They feel like that they have this cushioning when it comes to them staying with their parents, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of young black men out here that are being raised by Gen Xers like me, right? And even some baby boomers, and even some older millennials, where if they fall in their ass, they know they can go back home and be safe. They have the safety net, right? So there's no drive for them to actually be successful and to you know, to move into the space where they're going to actually feel discomfort in order for them to get towards success. Life is not easy, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It really isn't. I'm talking to men now. You know, women can you know, they can relate to this to a certain degree as well, especially if you're a single black woman with kids. They need to get out the mud on your own. That's another thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of young black men out here are leaving. They're leaving their kids and they're leaving their baby mamas for selfish reasons, right? Or they just wasn't ready to have kids anyway, but they decided to have unprotected sex, and now you're putting more of a financial burden on yourself versus you wrapping up and not doing these things. But then at the end of the day, once you did that, it's your responsibility to take care of your responsibilities. It's your responsibility to take care of your responsibilities, not anybody else's. The taxpayers like me should not be paying for your kids. You should be paying for your own kids, right? In order to do that, you got to get a job, or you got to create a business. You got to do something. And I'm not saying for you to go out here and do anything that's illegal. I'm not saying that at all. But you got a lot of people out here that are not broke. And the reason why they're not broke is because they put the work in. And you're not putting the work in. Even though I made that video when I said that Gen Zers may be staying at their homes, they may not be able to move out of their parents' apartments. Even in that video, I still said that I still don't give it an excuse for people not to put the work in order to try and attempt, right? You can't just lay down and say life is too hard and I can't make it. That's not how life works, right? The earth is a school for us. I know this might get a little bit weird for y'all, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I truly believe. I believe that earth is a school. I think that we are spirits that come down from heaven. You're put in these bodies, right? These restrictive bodies, right? And we come here purposely to learn something, to learn the human experience, right? So when you come down here from heaven and you're a spirit and you come down here in this human body, this human flesh, every single day you wake up is an experience. And what the universe wants you to do is to better yourself every single day. And you're sitting home playing video games, watching porn, eating up your mama's food and not paying for it. All these things you're doing right now is not putting kinetic energy out into the universe for you to be successful. All you do is bringing negative energy towards yourself, right? And that's not how men supposed to move, man. That's not how young men supposed to move. I've told both my boys this plenty of times, right? The world don't give a damn about y'all at all. They don't. They really don't. You know what I'm saying? Women can say all day long they strong, that they care about men. That's not true. That's a lie, y'all. That is a total lie. Now, I'm not saying that my wife doesn't care about me. I'm not saying it at all. What I am saying is that the world as a whole does not respect and does not care about men that cannot provide utility. That's just the nature of the beast. You know what I'm saying? If you can't provide anything as a man, you're useless to the world. You just are. And I'm not saying this to make you even more depressed and you're going to just delete yourself. I'm not saying it at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it as motivation for you to get up off your ass and start doing things for yourself, right? Even if it's working, sweeping a sidewalk for 7-Eleven. One of my wife's cousins was doing that for a while, but he had a criminal record. So he was in a situation where he could only get for so many type of jobs. But even him, after spending a couple years in prison, when he came out, he asked the local 7-Eleven store he was getting cigarettes from, "Hey, can I sweep your sidewalk? And can you pay me under the table, or whatever?" And I'm saying, I'm not saying this to get him in trouble or anything like that, right? I'm just saying that, even he understood that he needed to get money. And he made sure that he humbled himself and tried to get money the best way he could. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not saying this to motivate young men to do things illegally. I'm not saying it at all, because when you do things legally, when it comes to money, all you do is bring a negative energy to yourself, and it's a means to an end. It really is, because all it ends in is you putting yourself in a position to where you want to be in, right? And it's going to end eventually. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you're actually doing things on a positive level, and you're making money legally. And then, from that space, whatever, then you can actually attract more positive energy towards yourself and towards your family, and things will work out for themselves. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how young men don't understand this concept. But to a certain degree, I think I understand to a certain degree as well, because when I was younger, it's like folks can't really tell me anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was one of those things like, you are older, so that means you don't understand society as a whole in the present. So because you understand society in the present, I can't subscribe to what you're saying right now, because you're 20 years older than me, 30 years older than me. But I'm telling you, y'all, the more things change, the more things are the same. I'm gonna say that again. The more things are the same, the more things change, the more things are the same. Meaning that even though, I had OGs that was telling me these things when I was 20 and they were 50, you know what I'm saying? When I look back at what they was telling me, 90% or more of what they were saying was correct. It really was. You know what I'm saying? What it is it's a mind state. It's a mindset, right? So anyways, not everybody is broke. Believe that. You got some Gen Zers out here that are making money, and they're not just on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I think that's another falsehood that I think social media has given young men. Like, you get on YouTube and you just blow up overnight. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that. I'm not saying that to discourage you. I'm not saying that you could be on YouTube tomorrow and be blown up the very next day. I'm not saying it at all. And I'm not even going to give my anecdotal experience, because I've been on YouTube about 2 years and only have a little bit over 2,000 subscribers. And I'm not saying only in a negative sense, because I appreciate every single subscriber I have. All I'm saying is that your average YouTuber usually doesn't get on until about 4 or 5 years after they've been on YouTube. Meaning that you may go years without making money. You know what I'm saying? In the meantime, you need to have a doggone job to make money and not be broke, right? So these falsehoods, when folks are telling you on social media, and even people in president telling you that everybody's broke, not everybody is broke. Now, it may be a smaller sector of folks that are not broke versus a larger sector of people that are broke. All I'm saying is that you should have the motivation to pull yourself out of the broke sector and put yourself in the positive sector and the folks that making money sector. Who want to be broke? I don't want to be broke. Do you? But if you don't want to be broke, you got to get off your ass and start doing something. Anyways, drop some comments in the comment section below and let me know what y'all feel about this, because I'm telling you, young black men in general, not everybody is broke. Stop believing the hype. Not everybody is broke. There are some folks out here making money that are your age, that are aged 18 to 25. There's a lot of young men out here that are making money. But you know what? They have a mentality that is beyond what you can comprehend, because what you're looking at is that they're doing a whole bunch of things that you don't want to do, versus they're doing these things and they're making money. And eventually, as long as you put the work in, eventually you will come on top. And the immigrants that are coming over here and taking these jobs you want to have, they're about to create businesses and are gonna have you working for them. Anyways, if you want me to discuss a topic or something you think it benefits you to the channel, email me at findingfitnessfolk@gmail.com. My email address is in the description below. Say so, G, signing out. I'm gone.